Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and it seems we have some racism afoot. Yes, there's a lot of that happening in this country, but it usually is happening from right now, currently from the black people. We're not quite sure why. It's quite odd, but we're gonna see exactly what this guy is saying here, and then we'll all add it up all together. But apparently, the black women are not quite happy, and this guy is just making his obvious, preferences, as we all do. By the way, you black women, you're probably not gonna like my answer after this. Take a look at the clip.
50 dates, 50 states. I've gone on 48 dates in 48 different states this season, and I only have 2 states left. So with that being said, if you're from this state or know anybody from this state, then drop them in the comments, share it with them, hit me up in the Insta DMs, because I need a date for Alaska. Cheers.
We're just to drive off, and I look over at the card extras. Look at this. Look at this. Nick Cage.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here, Nick?
He probably has a type, 50 states, whatever. Then he got to Hawaii. Who goes? Hawaii? Blonde hair, blue eye, white girl is representing Hawaii to you. Every other state made sense except for that one.
Show of going on a date with a woman from every state. And let me just show you why he's getting a lot of hate. I think it's fair to say that my guy has a type. But here's what really makes me mad. This is the girl he went on a date with from Hawaii. Like, sir, what you not finna do? You not finna play us, sir. You not finna play us, sir. Then this is the girl he went on a date with from New Mexico, who is actually, if you look on her Instagram, from Long Island. So, sir, if you have a type, you didn't even have to go across 50 states for that. Like, you really just dated the same girl in every single state. Like, where is the seasoning? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments, because I'm feeling like this was unnecessary.
So I randomly came across this video here, and I'm stitching it so you can kind of see. I've personally taken offense to this, and I am admitting that's part of my past, and I've dated a guy, maybe multiple, who are kind of having a preference like this, and obviously all these girls are gorgeous and they seem excellent. It's just that it's sad to me, because why are we not attracted to people who aren't white? And I'm not trying to say that you can't like a certain way that people look, but out of 50, you're doing this for a video, not a single girl is black. And I think maybe there's a light-skinned, maybe mixed girl, but you know what I mean.
Rates don't make it better.
TV show, and all I'm saying is, if we're doing a TV show about dating in every single state, I do not want to see blonde hair, blue eyes for every single state. I want to see black girls, Hispanic girls, Asian girls, Arabic girls. I want to see freaking Indian girls. I want to see every single body in between. Okay. The United States is one of, if not the most diverse countries in the world. If we're doing a TV show consisting of dating in every single state, I want to see every single flavor. I want to see every single ethnicity. I do not want to see just blonde hair, blue eyed, especially for Hawaii. I'm sorry. That girl from Hawaii, you go to Hawaii and you date a blonde hair, blue. I know I said no hate this man, but I'm just saying, Hawaii, serious? Hawaii?
I sense a lot of jealousy there, a lot of racism, and just a whole bunch of ignorance. All right. First off, everybody has a preference, and majority of people will want to date what they prefer, obviously. And also, you don't know on how many people may have actively contacted him. Maybe no black woman or no Asian woman contact him, because it's only one, so you have to get to choose out of the one. Either, regardless whether that was true or not, why does it fucking matter who you want to date? Because I'm pretty sure you guys have preferences. So, for instance, why won't you just date a fat guy? I mean, that's your preference, right? So why don't you just date him? Because you're obviously labeling some type of issue with what he's dating, right? Some people don't want to date other people. Some people don't want to date those specific races. That's completely fine. Does not necessarily mean that they're racist, and it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means they have a preference. And here's a news flash for you people. I don't find black women attractive. I know that's surprising. I'm a black man and I don't find a black woman attractive? Oh, scathing, right? That's terrible. You know how many black women I pretty much dated? Pretty much zero. I went to a prom with one, but I never dated her. At all. Once. So, that being said, I am normally hardly ever attracted to black women due to their attitude, and this is part of the reason why I don't want to date black women, because this type of racist type of attitude right here, where you're trying to push your own things because you guys are angry because they don't want to date, because some guy doesn't want to date you or has his own preferences. You're trying to push your own type of BS agenda onto this person and what have you, because you're angry or jealous because they just don't want to date you. You guys do realize in statistics alone that you guys are just not preferably want to be dated, right? You're the lowest racial people that people prefer to want to have to date you. Maybe check on yourself and see why most people don't want to date you. People have preferences, and you have to respect those preferences. Some people don't want to date fat people. Some people do want to date fat people. Some people just want to date a specific race. Some people may think that they only want to date Asians. Does not mean they're racist. Does not mean they hate people in general. They just have a preference. Knock this type of racist bullshit off. You guys want to say you're oppressed. You guys want to say that you have no rights or whatever. And look what you're doing here. You're going after a guy that has a preference that he just wants to date people of his own race, and you're coming after him for it. That's what you're doing. Please come after me and let me roast you because of how racist or how empathetic that you're actually being towards somebody that has preferences. I know you have them preferences. Now, let me ask you, what is the average amount of income do you want your guy to earn so they can actually date you? How much of their status do you want them to be? How buff do you want them to be? How tall do you want them to be? Do you want me to go on? Because if that's the case, then why aren't you dating all these other men or whatever that are lower than you or below you? Why don't you date them? Huh? And I'm not saying that you should or be forced to date people that you don't have you don't have a preference for. I'm not saying that, but I'm calling out your hypocritical bullshit, because that's what you guys are doing. Because we all know, when it comes down to the bottom line, that you women are going to choose the women that is going to fit in your horrible high standards. We all know that's true. You know there's men that don't want women sleeping around with like 10 plus body count? We don't want that. How many bodies do you have on you? How many men have you slept with? What's your actual age group? If you have 10 body count or you have a kid, most men don't want to date you. This is a thing that you guys don't seem to realize or really care about at all, which is quite hilarious. You guys are hypocritical. You guys are being racist yourselves. Preferences should not matter. But you're trying to force your own preferences or call this man something along the lines of having issues because he doesn't want to date with black women. And if he wants to date a person in Hawaii, okay, whatever. You are trying to force this person to date who you want them to date. That's not how this works in this society. Knock off that bullshit. Fix yourselves. Maybe because you're angry because you can't get men yourself. I don't care whether I date a woman or not in today's society. I think most of them are kind of terrible right now. But that's my opinion. Up to you. It's really up to you. I kind of see how you're jealous or you're bitter about it because they just don't want to date your kind. Kind of hilarious. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.